Hello, welcome back to another remote Kinstretch session with the Fitness Alchemists. Today you are going to need a dowel of some kind. So broomstick handle, etc. can totally work. We're going to be focusing on some shoulder external rotation. This has been a really juicy one for me personally lately, so I'm excited to share it with you. And we're going to be getting in on a little end range knee work to really strengthen and fortify the knees. We'll be going back and forth between those two. Other than your dowel, you'll just need a little bit of floor space, and that's it today. So we're going to begin by warming up the spine with our standing or tall kneeling spine CARs. So again, if knees are not feeling good, you can come up to standing. The main key here as we set ourselves up for success is that we want to get tension through the lower body, a good butt squeeze, nice engagement of the leg muscles. And then from there, start to tuck your chin towards your throat, nod your nose towards your chest, and peel your spine down as best you can, one segment at a time. Feeling for how round can I make my spine without my butt starting to sit back, without losing that butt squeeze. Once you find that edge, start to twist your t-shirt logo to one side. Either one will do. Wringing out as much rotation as you can, then side bend on that same side. And then extend, growing your spine tall, getting as much contribution as you can from each segment of your spine. Stay tall and twist over to the opposite side. Side bend on that opposite side. And then wrap yourself around, coming back to center. Pause there, check in with your butt. Can you get a little more squeeze? Check in with the muscles along the front of your body. Can they contract to pull you into a little more roundness, allowing more opening on the backside? And then rotate back from whence you just came. Very important that you think from whence. Side bend on that same side, bringing shoulder closer to hip. Extend, thinking up from the bottom to the top. That is the sound of spinal segmentation. And then rotate to the new side. Make sure your t-shirt logo is rotating, but your belt buckle is not coming along for the ride. Side bend on that side. Wrap yourself back around to the front. And then go ahead and segment, stack your spine back up tall from the bottom to the top. Imagining you're building one on top of the other. Beautiful. We're going to do one more set of those. Reinvest in the lower body. Squeeze the butt, pinch the floor, squeeze the thighs, peel your spine down, feeling into the front of the body contracting to help open the back of the body, and then rotate, pick your favorite side. Once you've squeezed out as much rotation as you can, side bend on that side. Beautiful, and then extend, growing yourself tall, bottom to the top, stay tall and rotate to the new side. Side bend on that new side. And then wrap yourself back around to a round shape, spinal flexion. Pause when you get centered. Check in with your butt. Still got a good squeeze. Could you get any more out of that jam? Can you get a little bit rounder? And then rotate back the way you just came from. Wring out that twist. Side bend on that same side. Extend, growing tall from the bottom to the top. Nice work. Keep your belt buckle facing forward as you twist t-shirt logo to the new side, wringing out as much rotation as you can. Side bend. And wrap yourself around to the front. And then slowly but surely, build yourself back up tall, one segment at a time. Imagine your spine is a piece of duct tape and you're re-sticking it to the wall piece by piece. Stole that from Will. Nice. Great. Then we're going to get into our glenohumeral CARs, thinking arm bone moving in shoulder socket, everything else stays still. So go ahead and take a deep breath in, pack some air into your midsection, get a good abdominal brace. Again, butt squeeze helps here. You're going to raise your arm to about your shoulder height and palm up. Go ahead and cut across. How far can you pull your pinky across your body? And then start to slice up towards your ear. Bring that arm as close to the ear as you can. Pausing there. When you find your sticking point, rotate, twisting the bicep away from the face and start to reach behind you. Nice work, gang. As you reach behind you, make sure that t-shirt logo is facing straight ahead. Keep searching for more rotation all the way down the back half until you arrive at that hip, and then rewind. Take your thumb straight back as far as you can personally reach, lighting up all the tissues on the back of the armpit. Rotate once you hit your sticking point, coming back up towards the ear. Focusing on your 1 mile per hour pace and cutting across. Good. Go for one more rep here, finding your 1 mile per hour pace, and really zero in on your sensations. Use this movement as a test. We're going to retest it as we go through today's class. I don't necessarily expect that you're going to feel instant changes in terms of your range of motion, but there should be some new and different sensations. So just make a mental map of the sensations that you're running into now, where it feels like your edges of range of motion are, so that as we come back to this retest, you can reference this experience. Let's switch sides. Take a deep breath in, reinvest in some tension through your midsection so that nothing else is going to play along with that shoulder CAR, and then take the pinky across. Once you've maxed that out, start to carve up towards the ear. Good. When you find that sticking point, rotate, twisting your bicep away from your face and start to reach behind you. T-shirt logo, staring straight ahead. Arm exploring the question, how far behind me can I reach? How much more internal rotation can I get such that my watch face is facing my hip when I get there? And then rewind, straight back. When you find your sticky point, pause and rotate the arm in the socket. Carving back up towards the ear. Breathing in there somewhere. As you come past your ear, palm up, pull that pinky across. Beautiful. One more smooth rep. Making your own observations. Where is the edge of my active range of motion? What sensations do I notice? Is there any line of tension in particular that feels like it's stopping me from going further? Are there any parts of my shoulder CAR that just feel invisible or dark, hard to mentally map or access? Beautiful. Most excellent. Okay, then grab a seat and you can lean back against something if you'd like. We're going to do some a piece of your knee CAR, which is your tibial rotations. So, sitting comfortably, you're going to bend one knee, that's the working leg. The other leg can be in whatever position helps you feel relaxed so that you can focus. You're going to dig your heel into the floor like you're trying to drag a trench back towards your butt. And then your hands are going to come onto your thighs. We want to keep the thigh from waving side to side. From there, you're going to keep that pressure into the floor. You're going to attempt to rotate your shin bone as much as you can in one direction, and then rotate your shin bone as much as you can in the opposite direction. Keep going back and forth like that. You're on the clock. You'll probably notice that you get more rotation when you turn your toes out and a little less when you turn your toes in. That's pretty typical of what we see for most folks. You don't need it to be equal on either side, but you do want to find your complete stop. Keep in mind here too, you're going to see a lot more motion and change of position in the foot. We're hoping and we want to endeavor to have the movement come from the very top of that shin bone. So if you peek at the screen right now, you can see my finger kind of riding this little top of the tibia. That's where your movement can come from. And if you'd like, you can place your fingertips right on there, lightly, to bring a little more focus to that. Last 10 seconds. Check back in. Are you still digging into the floor to give tension and muscularity to this movement? 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Other side, same story. Get your pants organized.
Come on, Baloo.
Nice. Just want to call out Will's Stocks have one of our favorite local coffee roasters on, Bicycle Coffee. If you're in Oakland, they're doing free delivery to your house of their delicious roasted beans. Okay, that's a fun, unsponsored plug.
Plug.
Great. Dig your heel into the floor, drag towards your bum, stabilize the thigh with either hand, and then start to find that rotation in either direction. Whichever one you picked is fine. Nice, team. Working at your own pace here. I've got you on the clock for a timed set. No need to count your reps. And again, if you'd like, you can put 2 fingers lightly right on the top of that shin bone, just below the kneecap. Might be a little bony bit you can see moving side to side. Certainly if you put your fingers on it, you'll feel it. Think of that as the place from whence your movement is coming. That's apparently the word of the day.
Good one.
Maybe we'll work that into the title of this class. Wringing out as much rotation as you can. You've got 15 seconds left. As you get familiar with where your motion stops, this is a great place to have one of those fight for more moments. Get a little isometric contraction at the end of your active range for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to show a little bit of what this next exercise is going to look and feel like from tall kneeling. You will eventually be doing it lying down. So stay looking at the screen for this little kind of setup example, and then we'll all get on the floor together and actually start the exercise. So this is where you want to grab your dowel. You're going to hold it so that your elbow is making about a 90-degree-ish bend. And you're going to tuck your elbows into your body so that you have a felt sense of if your elbows are starting to move away, forward, backward, away, or closer. And then we're looking to bias external rotation of the upper arm bones. And to do that, Will and you eventually will move your hands out away from center. You can go ahead and do both here. Finding that externally rotated position. And yeah, feeling some stretch in there. So then you'll close your hands on the dowel. And again, just stay with us for the demo here. Your pales contraction will be as though you're trying to drive the hands towards one another to get out of external rotation and towards internal rotation without that elbow flaring out to the side. And then your rails contraction will be like you're trying to rip the stick apart. And again, these are isometric contractions, so nothing's going to move. But I want you to have that idea that you're rotating for the pales and you're rotating for the rails. All right, so bring that stick with you. You're going to come down onto the ground. And you can scoot a little closer to the wall. Well, perfect. So what I like particularly about laying on the floor here too is that you can get extra felt feedback about your shoulder blades. That's another player that will try to help pretend we have a little more external rotation than we do. So I want you to take a moment here to feel like your shoulder blades are tucked underneath you, but then that you're also not arching your back away from the floor, that you're going to sink your ribs down as heavy as you can. And then start to inch your hands away from each other, having the intention that your upper arm is rotating away from center, so that you're showing off a little more of that inner arm paleness if you're me. Good. Stay here, take a few breaths. Check in with where your elbows are. The elbows don't necessarily have to be touching the waist, especially if that doesn't feel super natural to you, but I would like the elbows to be on the floor, making contact with something so that you can feel if they are going to shift in space. And then we're going to begin with a gentle pales contraction. So check into the shoulder blades being tucked under, ribs being heavy. Start to create force such that you would try to push your hands together. The result would be internal rotation, but nothing moves. And find that at a very low level, just like 10%. Good. Think upper arm bone trying to rotate inward. And then ramp up to 20%. Ramp up to 40%. And ramp up to 60% and hold. As always, if the percentages I'm calling out feel sketchy to you, you're always welcome to stay at a lower percentage and just hold there for longer. It's actually great to get a longer isometric hold at a lower intensity level if that's what your body is ready for training-wise. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly fade that away. And now try to rip the stick apart, ramping up to what feels like a strong but very safe effort. Think arm bone trying to rotate away from you. You can squeeze the stick to put more energy into it. Maintain for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax. Good. If you can, see about inching your hands further out on the stick. They may move just from that first set of isometric work. They may not. Either one is totally fine. We're going to do one more set while we're here. Check back into the shoulder blades being tucked underneath you, the ribs being heavy, no space underneath your upper back. And then start to find your pales contraction. Hands trying to drive towards each other on the stick, nothing moves. Trying to rotate inward from external rotation, ramping up gradually to 20%, 40%, 60%, and hold. Maintain. Think rotation. Visualize that upper arm bone from the shoulder to the elbow, trying to spin inward towards your t-shirt logo for 3, 2, 1. Fade that out. And now try to rotate in the opposite direction. Pull the stick apart. And again, visualize that upper arm bone leading the charge, rotating, trying to twist away from center for 5. Breathing. Good. 4, 3, 2, stay in position. 1, slowly fade that out. Beautiful. All right, you can set your stick off to the side. Come onto a hands and knees or quadruped position. We're going to do some scapular CARs. If quadruped is not your jam, you can do these standing or tall kneeling with your dowel. You'll just go palm up. So we want to keep biasing that external rotation. Quadruped folks, you're also going to bias a little external rotation, turning your fingers out to point to the sides, or even, if you've got the range, all the way back to point towards your knees. Feel out what feels safe and, again, not sketchy for you. And the hands are going to go slightly wider than your armpits. From here, whichever position you're in, brace your midsection. We want no arch and round of the spine. You're going to pinch your shoulder blades in towards your spine, shrug them up towards your ears, push them wide across your back, spread, 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 push the floor away, and then drag down towards your waist. Keep going in that same direction, trying to get the biggest, smoothest circle that you can with your shoulder blades, and just noticing what feels different with that external rotation bias. Might feel a little bit like scap CARs on day one again, where they're sort of clunky instead of smooth, even if you've been doing a smooth scapular CAR. It's a great thing to do. Pause and reverse direction. As you get really familiar with something like the scapular CAR, it's great to vary the position that your arm is in, the rotational angle, to find those bits where your body still is like, whoa, I don't know how to control this, and smooth it out. Keeps going, smoothly connecting all those dots. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Okay, we'll leave the shoulders alone for a moment. Oh no, we're gonna do our shoulder CARs. That's what's happening. So you can come up to standing or tall kneeling, whatever feels the best for you. We're gonna retest that glenohumeral CAR. I'm just gonna give you 1 minute to work, and I want you to find your own pace with that shoulder CAR. Don't feel like you have to match Will's pace. Take a deep breath in, brace your midsection, and go for it. Taking your inventory. What new sensations are present? Does it feel like my edges have moved? Are any of those gaps filling in a little bit? Nice work. Keeping yourself braced so that shoulder's free to explore. Last 10 seconds. You're going to end wherever you end. 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. Other arm, reinvest in your brace, and go for it. Good. Keep breathing. Keep searching. We're really getting into that spirit of curiosity. What's up with my shoulder? Nice, gang. Last 15 seconds. Good. Breathing, moving for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let that go. Fabulous. Okay, now we're going to give the shoulders a break, and you're going to come back to your seated position. You can lean against the wall if that feels good. You're going to place your hands underneath one knee to give it a little platform to rest on, such that you have a little bit of bend in the knee going into it. If it feels hard to reach underneath your knee, you can roll up a towel or a sweatshirt or what have you and just put something right under there. And this other leg can be in whatever position feels comfortable. So if it feels better to bend that knee or have it out straight, really doesn't matter. It's just to your comfort. Nice, great choice, Will. So we're going to work on finding the end range of a straight knee where we're fully contracted to straighten the knee. So you want to think of trying to pull up on the kneecap. You'll start to see your heel rise off the ground, and you'll feel the back of the knee press into your hands if they're under there. Give that a strong squeeze and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly relax. We need a cramp bell for Will. Good, yeah, this is quad cramp city, right? So do your best, breathe, yep, pull up on that kneecap, squeeze 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly relax it back down. Just as important as holding a strong contraction is slowly releasing that contraction. Yeah, you're doing great. Again, pull up on that kneecap and squeeze 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly relax. It's just nothing quite like a quad cramp. One more, just one more. Pull up on that kneecap and squeeze 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly relax. Nicely. Okay, switch over to the other side. Good, setting up your hands or your what have you underneath your knee to give it a little support. Start to pull up on that kneecap, engaging the quad. You'll feel your heel rise and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax it back down. Nice job. Reinvest. Pull up on that kneecap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax it back down. 2 more, we're halfway. Pull up on that kneecap. Squeeze and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax it. Last one, best one. Pull up on the kneecap. Squeeze, hold, fight for more. 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax. Beautiful. Nice job, y'all. For our last trick, we're going to progress that knee work just a little bit because you haven't had quite enough quad spice, I know. So you're going to go back to your original knee, hands right underneath. We're going to start like we did before. This time though, I want you to get a really good brace of your midsection first. So midsection brace, extend that knee, and now try to make the whole leg light for 3, 2, 1. Control the return to the hands, allow the knee to bend. Reinvest. Good brace, extend that knee, make the whole leg light for 3, 2, 1. Return back down. You might not leave your hands. I just want you to try to take pressure off of your hands. Again, extend the knee, make that leg light, hold 3, 2, 1. Return with control. One more, last one, best one. Extend the knee, make the whole leg light, 3, 2, 1. Return and relax. Woohoo! That is almost certainly a ticket to quad cramp city. Second side, get yourself set up, either with your hands underneath or your rolled up towel or what have you. Deep breath in, create a good abdominal brace, extend the knee, engage that quad, and then try to make the whole leg light off your hands for 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax it back down. Again, brace. Knee extends, make the whole leg light, hold it for 3, 2, 1, return back down. Last 2, you've got this team. Extend the knee, make the whole leg light for 3, 2, 1, return back down. Last one, best one. It's your last tough thing today. Brace, extend the knee, make the whole leg light for 3, 2, 1, return. And give yourself a virtual or literal pat on the back if you can. Really nice work.